Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of the website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Averi Finnerty from the Walls Law Group, marketing their assistant. How are you doing today, Averi?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And well, I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, wondering what the Walls Law Group is all about. So let's kick it off with that, Averi. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, so we are the Walls Law Group, and we are an estate planning, estate administration, and a business planning law firm. We help families and businesses plan, protect, and preserve, and ultimately transfer their wealth through estate, business, and asset protection planning.
That's awesome to hear, right? I think whenever that doesn't happen, there's a lot of uncertainties at the end with kids and grandkids and fighting. So definitely important. And so that way our listeners can get a good understanding. Then what would you say that is that key problem that you guys like to solve for your clients then?
Yeah, so what we're ultimately wanting is to provide peace of mind for our clients. So some things that we do is estate planning for our clients. So when they're wanting, a trust, we're going to help them with that. We then help the families with estate administration, which is what happens when a client passes away with a trust, and also with probate. So when someone dies with a will and not a trust, that's going to be the probate process, which is time consuming and also a lot of money. And so we want to try to avoid that. But we also help our business clients with, one of the things that we help them with is with starting an LLC.
Definitely. All right. Perfect. Awesome. And next then is there, a vertical segment? I mean, is it a certain age group that you guys like to tend for, or a certain ICP that you guys like to go for?
Yeah. So for our business clients, that would be really any age. But with our estate planning, that's going to be obviously everyone should be creating an estate plan, but we've noticed that the older someone is, the more important is that they do start to plan, especially when they have kids involved, if they're moving, when things change in their life. So getting their estate plan and updating it continuously.
Definitely. Okay. So then how would somebody then usually find out about the Walls Law Group? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah. So we have people, they find us through social media, through word of mouth, but our main acquisition channels are through Google and through referrals. And some of those referrals are from past clients that we've had.
Oh, okay. Good. Interesting. Perfect. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in could go ahead and visit you. They could always check you out at wallslawnc.com. What role then does the website play for client acquisition, Averi?
Yeah, so we have information for potential new clients on our firm and our practice areas. And we also have a contact us form. I've noticed that, we might have people who are in their information search of the buying process. And so if someone realizes that they need to update their estate plan or create one, they might find our estate planning checklist guide and they'll download that, where we have an email campaign be checking in on them, and we'll have clients convert from that. Or we have people who know that they definitely want an estate plan right there, right now, and they can answer our contact us form, and then we will be in touch with them and see if we'll be a good fit for them.
Definitely important. Okay, awesome. And so then is there any tools then or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Yeah, so for our website, at least, we aren't selling a product. We're more so selling a service. So sadly, it's not one of those where you can say, I want a trust, I want a will, and just purchase it right then and there. Most of our conversions do happen at our consultation. So it is after the website. But I will say, making sure that you are having all the information available for your potential clients or consumers in that case, and also having a form or way for people to contact you.
Okay, perfect. And interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with our listeners. And then, well, let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about you. What are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work then?
I love being busy. In my role, I do a lot of the marketing here at the Walls Law Group. So some of the things I do is all of our emails, so our email campaigns. I'm working on developing and nurturing relationships with clients. I also work with event planning. We've done a few events so far. And then I also work with all of our social medias and analytics. So that's going to be filming all the videos, editing the videos, making the graphics. And then with the analytics of that, tracking all of our followers, seeing how our posts perform. And I'm also working on doing our blog and potentially a website redesign this year.
We got a full plate there on your hands.
Absolutely. And I love it.
Definitely. All right. Awesome. And then in the between time that you do have some available time, then how do you stay up to date with all the marketing news trends out there? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
Yes, I absolutely love LinkedIn. I follow some LinkedIn groups. I also stay up to date with LinkedIn Learning. And then there are collaborative articles on LinkedIn where there's a social media marketing one. And I have been fortunate enough to be one of the people who can respond to some of the questions that people have in the social media marketing field.
Definitely. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And well, let's jump into our next section then here, Avery, which is our rapid fire question rounds.
Yes.
Are you ready for them?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. Awesome. Then first off, Avery, what is the last book that you read?
Ooh, the last workbook I read was Automatic Marketing Machine, but I absolutely love romance books. So I did just binge the whole Twilight series on HBO Max recently, and then I am constantly looking for some more romance books to read.
Definitely. Okay, interesting. Perfect. Love that for our listeners there. Next then is, if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
The one thing that I would absolutely love is if when someone's on our website, I would love to be able to see what other things they're searching so that we can see, what are they really wanting? And that also would help with SEO with keywords so that we can create better content for our PNCs to make sure that we're satisfying all of their needs.
Definitely. Great to hear that. And then is there a repetitive task that you could automate? What would that be?
I would love if the videos that we made and some of the graphics, if those could be done automatically, like with editing. I obviously know that there are some AIs that do that, but I like to really just nitpick everything. So I can't do that. The other thing I would love to automate is newsletters. And because they're just a lot of work and I get so scared. Like, I don't want to put something in that I think is important, but then, it's a whole thing. And I love writing, like the blogs, but the newsletters are a little scary.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, you're reaching, the whole day. So definitely you got to know what you're putting out.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Great. And well, lastly is if there's one piece of advice that you would give yourself, Avery, if you were to restart your journey as a marketer, what would that be?
I would say to not compare your marketing journey where you are right now to the journey of someone else. I would say a year ago, I definitely was comparing myself to other people and I felt very discouraged of where I was. I was not at this company yet. And I had to take a step back and realize that I needed to work on some professional skills. And so at the previous company, I helped direct and edit a commercial that was then put on the air. I worked on some email campaigns and I really helped hone in on those professional skills so that when I did get into this role at this company, I was able to hit the ground running. And even from September to now, I've seen such a tremendous change and improvement in my marketing skills that I would have never believed would ever happen. And so I would say, keep working on your skills, look at LinkedIn, take courses, certifications, And within a year, you're not going to even recognize where you were in the past.
Definitely some great advice there, not just for yourself, but for everybody out there. Thanks so much for that, Avery.
Of course.
And we are coming to the end of the show here today, Avery. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. So say someone forgets everything about the interview today. What is that one thing they should remember about the Walls Law Group?
The Walls Law Group, we ultimately want to help people with peace of mind with estate planning, estate administration, and business planning. So if you have any questions, please call 919-647-9599 or visit wallslawnc.com for more information.
Yeah, and for peace of mind, right?
Absolutely. That's the most important part.
Really awesome. Hey, well, Avery, thank you so much for being on with us today. I do want to thank our listeners as well for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to our next episode at Pat Monk Presents. Thanks a lot, Avery.
Thank you for having me.